let's get into 1986. At the end of it, I've just left Joint Promotions. I've gone to work for Brian Dixon. The following February of 87. I'm sorry if I'm saying 90. This is all in the 80s. 86. In November, I left Joint Promotions. I went to work for All Star Promotion. Well, I was working for mostly All Star Promotions, but I was also still working, which I never stopped working for Worldwide Wrestling Promotions of Blackpool. When I went to work for Joint Promotions, they said to me, "Oh, you can't work there anymore." I just did anyway.
Right.
Because I was very loyal to Bobby Barron, because he gave me my break.
So you're still.
I'm still working full
You're not
time.
exclusive at all.
No, but I'm supposed to be. They tried to keep a hold over you.
Right.
But I was so insignificant. They're not going to see me on a show in a little show in Blackpool. You know, they got nobody. You know, it's.
Right.
But that's for another time.
I mean, it was
trying to
people
get back
forget
to
it was a
Fit Nelly.
different time because
Yeah.
they wouldn't read about it on the internet, or no one would
No.
call you on a cell phone.
No.
You could wrestle that match and no one would ever know except people in
Yeah,
the building,
I mean,
right?
if you were Fit Finlay, you couldn't. Somebody's going to spot. You're not going to
Right.
spot Joe Bloggs here, you know, because I had a different name every time I wrestled until I was 18. You know, that's why. You know, that's
Right.
why I ended up with the name Steve Regal.
Right.
I was about to debut for Joint Promotions in I think was it June 1986, and I'd had a different name every day for the last 2 years. Yeah, I mean, I was just part of the show. I worked all the time, which is, you know, an incredible thing that I had that a lot of people don't get anymore, which is such a sad for the younger wrestlers, that they don't get the amount of reps that I used to get when I was younger.
Right.
And so
Sure.
it was just rep after rep. But I had a different name. Whatever they decided to put down on these, that was me. I was all kinds of names, right? But I was going to work for Joint Promotions, and I happened to have I knew a wrestler called Tony Francis, and anytime that I was wrestling nearby Blackpool, or I had a day off, he had a shop that sold secondhand furniture and cookers and you know, anything really to make money. And he'd sell a bit of anything and a few things through the back door as well if he had to. He was another lovely rogue and a wonderful man to me. He was always lovely. Me and him happened to have we sat in his shop and we had an American Wrestling magazine. There was a picture of Mr. Electricity, Steve Regal, and he went, "That's a good name." And so I went, "Okay, well, I didn't think I was going to come to America or never, you know, I'm 18. That's how I ended up with the name Steve Regal."
Hey, let me ask you this. Mr. Electricity, AWA Steve Regal.
Yes.
I believe he follows me on Twitter. He's still around. Have you had conversations with him at all about?
No.
No.
And the only connection that we've had, when I first came over here, he's very good friends with Larry Zbyszko. They used to be roommates.
Sure. They were both AWA
in the
together.
AWA.
Yeah.
And Larry, this was in 1994, had been on the phone with Steve Regal and asked, because it's an unusual name, Regal. And he asked Larry to ask me if if he knew if we were related in any way. And so I had to tell Larry this story. No, I pinched your name when I was 18 and it stuck.
Right.
You know, it just stuck until I came here, and then it just stayed that way. And after a while, it became Lord Steve. And so, you know, in a short period of time, so it was Stephen Regal. But that was how I got my name. Anyway,